This has been another exciting episode of Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. Great show. Especially by me, because I am so fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I mean, if it wasn't for me and my amazing commentary on movies, the show would be nothing. Brad, as usual, said absolutely nothing.
What do you mean? I chimed in on a few things.
Barely. If it wasn't for Brad dragging the show down, we would be big. We'd be so big, I bet I could get celebrities on this show.
Yeah, right. Like celebrities would want to be on a movie podcast from Denver.
Fuck you, Brad. I could get him. In fact, that is my mission. I am going to get Robert Downey Jr. on this show.
Well, he's probably busy. Maybe we should aim a little bit lower for our first guest, like a Thomas Jane.
James, I can get Robert Downey Jr. on the show. I'm going to call up his agent. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Hey, Mr. Agent Man, can I please have Mr. Downey Jr. on my podcast? Oh, sure, Mr. Frost. I'll get him right on your podcast for you. Thank you, Mr. Agent Man. Click, hang up, call Robert Downey Jr. Hey, Mr. Downey Jr. Hey, I'm Robert Downey Jr. I'm so cool. I can't wait to be on Ryan's podcast. Calls me back. Hey, Downey's going to be there on Tuesday. Thank you. Click, done, on the show.
Seriously? You think Iron Man is going to hop on an airplane, fly to Denver, come to your house, record on our podcast without getting paid?
I'll float him a couple of bucks, Brad. Fuck.
Okay, I know how we can make this interesting. How about if Ryan can get Robert Downey Jr. on the show,
Done.
then Brad has to do something really embarrassing.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
wait. I got an idea. I got it. We're going to go down to the local Walmart. Stay with me. I'm going to find a costume for Brad to wear. It is going to be a child Spider-Man costume, so it's going to be really form-fitting, but that's not all I'm going to do. I'm also going to cut out the dick hole. His dick will be exposed and flapping in the air. It is going to be great.
Fine. You're not going to get Robert Downey Jr. on the show anyway, so what do I get if I win?
You get to stay on the show.
I don't really feel like that's an even trade.
No, I like that. If I win, Brad has to wear the Spider-Man costume with a dick hole cut out, and if Brad wins, he gets to stay on my podcast.
That's bullshit. You need me to run this equipment.
Oh, yeah, how long was this week's episode, Brad?
Well, James, I'll tell you.
Wait. Oh, man. Why? What? What this time?
I never started recording.
Brad sucks. Dear Mr. Downey Jr., please come on my show. Yep, that sounds about right. Love you lots, Ryan Frost. P.S. I love your hair. Good night, honey. I love you. I hope you're dreaming of lollipops. Oh, where are my manners? Good night, Robert. I'll dream of you forever.
Hey, Andrew, can I get my comics?
Yeah.
You know, Brad, if you signed up for a hold slot at Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics, you could get 20% off of your comics also.
That sounds awesome. Sign me up.
Awesome. Great show this week, guys.
Thank you. So, have you noticed that Ryan's been really obsessed with Robert Downey Jr. lately?
Not more than he's obsessed with Spider-Man.
Yeah, but every week he talks about a new Robert Downey Jr. movie he watched, or Iron Man 3 news, or I even saw him make cookies shaped like arc lights.
All right, that's a little bit weird, but I mean, I go to sleep with a Rocketeer helmet on. We're geeks. This is what we do.
James, headgear is not a Rocketeer helmet, okay?
Fine.
So you don't think he'll actually do it, right? You don't think he'll actually get Robert Downey Jr. on our show?
Realistically, no. No, that's an impossible thing that's never possibly going to happen. But the truth is, Ryan has a way of making things like this work out for him. So I wouldn't be surprised if you end up in a Spider-Man costume.
Honey, what are you doing?
This is bullshit. Robert Downey Jr. won't return my phone calls. I'm gonna lose a bet to stupid Brad, and I won't get to meet Robert Downey Jr.
Aren't you supposed to be at work?
Fuck! Psst. James, I couldn't get Robert Downey Jr. on the show.
Why are we sitting in the dark?
Because I need you to help me think of a plan.
What plan?
A plan to beat stupid Brad and to get Robert Downey Jr. on the show.
Or we could just forget about this whole thing and life could go back to normal.
No. I am Captain Kirk. This is my Kobayashi Maru. I need a plan. Now think.
I want to think with the lights on.
Fucking coward.
All right, I'm hoping that you've already ruled out kidnapping him.
I have, James. That's plan C. I need plan A and B.
All right, have you considered Cyborg Robert Downey Jr.?
You know I have. James, I totally have thought of it. But I don't think you're taking this as seriously as you should.
Hold on, buddy. Just calm down. It's going to be okay. I might have, one idea.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess with the real nerds.
James, I got your text and I came down here as fast as I could. Man, I can't believe you guys actually got Robert Downey Jr. to come be on our show. I mean, it's gonna suck to have to wear the costume with the cock cut out, but we're gonna get to talk to Robert Downey Jr. So, where's he at?
I'm Robert Downey Jr.
Really? You guys thought this would work on me?
Yes?
Well, you know what, iron asshole? You guys owe me $20 for gas. Oh, and I got this ticket on the way down here, so you pay for that too.
Hey, Laura.
James, where's my husband?
The airport, I think?
Why is he at the airport?
Yeah, he saw my Robert Downey Jr. costume and he ran in there crying. I think he's still in there.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Ryan from Real Nerds Podcast.
Ryan, huh? So you're the one who's been harassing me.
No, sir. I just want you to come on my show.
Mr. Junior, this package came for you.
I want to kiss, bang, bang you.
Like your movie.
Get him out of here, Josh.
No, Mr. Downey, I love you. I loved you even in Richard III. Please.
So are we doing this thing?
Hey, Robert Downey Jr. favorited my tweet.
Nice.
Yeah.